I may not know the result of the referendum, if Britain will remain in the Union, but I'm sure of one result, that is that it will not reunite the Tory party. That is for clear. Because what I'm seeing is a glorified cockfight since Mr. Tusk had reached this deal. Boris Johnson challenging David Cameron. I can tell you, I have seen an ambitious politician. I myself an ambitious politician. But Boris Johnson takes it to a whole other level. A whole other level, because it's real the Mayor of London acting against the interests of the citizens of London. And that all for personal ambition, and certainly not for a better Europe and for a better Britain. It's totally bonkers, dear colleagues. And it's pathetic, I should say, that it is happening. It's even dramatic for Britain, especially Mr. Fox. The pound, what we see, is rapidly falling. The unity of the United Kingdom is under threat. And their American cousins are saying, please stop it, we will not make a trade deal with you outside the Union. Apparently the special relationship between the US and the UK is apparently not so special anymore today. So let me give an advice to those who are doing this now, this debate in Britain. Don't think that after a no, you can come back to the negotiation table. I know that some people are thinking that, saying, it's Europe. Once you have said no in a referendum, you're invited back to the negotiation table, like with Ireland, like with Denmark, like after the constitution with France and the Netherlands. But it's not about the same thing. That was about the constitution, that was about a treaty. Here it's about in or out. It's the one or the other. And if I see how the currency of Britain is endangered, how now Britain is alienated from the US, and how Britain is step by step transformed in Little England, I think they're going to be wise and to stay in the European Union. But dear colleagues, as pathetic this debate is for the UK, it's also a dramatic debate and an important debate for Europe. Because let's be honest, what we are discussing now is crazy. What we have to unite. We have not to be divided. The only ones who gain from a divided Europe are whom? People like Vladimir Putin, people like Bashar al-Assad, IS. I have nothing, Mr. Fox, against giving a special status to Britain. If next time you agree also that in the next treaty revision we can also go ahead in our integration. In all these reforms, we are needed to establish a more united Europe. Thank you.
Are you aware of the fact that also people from your group, even Finns, campaign for the Brexit?
I cannot see the interest of a Finn campaigning for a Brexit. I like it more interesting that it is the British people who are deciding and that the British politicians are taking position. And I can tell you one thing, if there is one party in the UK who is going to fight that Britain remain in the Union, it's going to be the Liberal Democratic movement, and them alone.
I'd like to thank the EU leaders for their tolerance for yet more British demands. They recognise the importance of a deal for Mr Cameron, but mostly for his own party. Now the battle begins. The referendum is underway, but it is not yet safely won. We've been fed lies and scare stories over 20 years from a largely foreign-owned media and comical characters such as Mr Farage. The stakes could not be higher. People I speak to want to know their future will be prosperous, stable and secure. Staying in Europe is the best way to guarantee that. Businesses know access to the world's largest single market far outweighs any free trade deals. But the work of the EU is so much more. It's migration, climate change, terrorists, all these. We must work together on these issues. Those calling for EU exit are like lemmings running to the cliff's edge, but they can't tell us what is on the other side. That's not patriotic, it's idiotic. Let's remain in together with a Britain to be proud to hand on to our future generations. Thank you.